Have you ever crossed paths with the infamous Black C7 Corvette Z06 that's setting the internet on fire? This is no mundane machine. It's a force to be reckoned with, an embodiment of raw power and velocity. The Corvette Z06, a cutting-edge performance variant of the 7th generation Corvette, is acclaimed for its captivating contours, groundbreaking aerodynamics, and a heart-stopping 650 horsepower supercharged V8 engine. What exactly fuels the infamy of this particular Black C7, ask? It's not so much about the car, but about the puppeteer pulling its strings. Enter Carlos Clark, a 21-year-old daredevil hailing from Charlotte, North Carolina. Clark was no ordinary car aficionado. He manipulated this potent beast not merely for its designed use, but also as a vehicle to ascend the ladder of fame on social media. His audacious stunts, heart-pounding high-speed pursuits, and blatant disregard for the law have morphed this otherwise admirable machine into a notorious emblem of unruly conduct. Carlos Clark, the man in the driver's seat, rocketed to fame on social media, but his ascent to stardom took a chilling twist. Carlos Clark, a 21-year-old from Charlotte, North Carolina, didn't just use the Corvette for show. No, he used it as an instrument of thrill and rebellion. A chariot for his daring escapades, a Black C7 Corvette Z06, was not just a means of transportation, but a symbol of his audacious lifestyle. Clark was known for his daredevil stunts, often taking law enforcement on high-speed chases. He'd rev up his Corvette and race away from the flashing blue lights, heart pounding with adrenaline, leaving the stunned officers in his dust. But these weren't just clandestine adventures known only to Clark and the authorities. No, Clark took his exploits to social media, sharing videos of his escapades on Instagram. His followers watched, captivated, as he pushed the limits of speed and danger. However, his reckless lifestyle wasn't limited to high-speed chases. When he wasn't outrunning law enforcement in his Corvette, Clark was dabbling in a darker world. Firearms, narcotics, various illegal substances, these were all part of his repertoire. A dangerous cocktail of crime and thrill-seeking, his life was as fast-paced as the car he drove. But every story has a turning point. And for Clark, it was his own social media fame that became his downfall. Law enforcement, unable to catch him in the act, turned to his Instagram. They watched as he taunted them, posting videos of his high-speed chases, his audacious escapes. They studied his posts, his habits, his locations, and then they pounced. In a twist of irony, the man who had once used his Corvette to outrun the law was arrested, his infamous Corvette seized. The man who had once reveled in the thrill of the chase was now the one being chased, the one being caught. Clark might have been living life in the fast lane, but it all came to a screeching halt when law enforcement caught up to him. So where does Carlos Clark stand now after his arrest? Let's unravel this thread, shall we? Carlos Clark, the 21-year-old who took social media by storm with his high-speed chases, is now facing the music. And it's not a tune he'd like to dance to. Multiple charges have been leveled against this young man, the most significant being felony fleeing. This refers to his audacious attempts to elude law enforcement in his infamous Black C7 Corvette Z06, a feat he often showcased on his Instagram feed. But the charges don't stop there. Clark's reckless escapades have also unearthed potential links to a far more sinister world, a world that thrives in the shadows, the world of cartels. While investigations are still underway, the possibility of such connections paints a rather grim picture of the path this young man had embarked upon. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the star of this story, the infamous Black C7 Corvette Z06. This sleek beast, once the symbol of Clark's defiance and audacity, has now been seized. The Corvette, which was practically a co-star in Clark's high-speed chases, was confiscated by the law enforcement following Clark's arrest. This car, known for its roaring engine and blazing speed, is now silent, its horsepower tamed. The vehicle that was once a spectacle of power and freedom on the open road is now confined within the cold steel walls of an impound lot. Stripped of its former glory, the Corvette now stands as a stark symbol of the consequences of reckless defiance. And so, we find that the tables have turned tragically for young Carlos Clark. From the adrenaline-fueled chases to the sobering reality of a courtroom, Clark's story serves as a cautionary tale of the price one might pay for fleeting internet fame. As for the notorious Black C7 Corvette Z06, it now sits impounded, a stark reminder of a thrilling chase that ended in a grim reality.